welcome back to the Java journey. It's been a long time since I posted episode 1, but here we are finally, about N months later. So episode 2, but hopefully I'll be creating some more as we go on throughout this week, trying at least daily. We'll see how we get on, basically. But yeah, cool. Welcome back. So I know previously we looked at setting up our dev environment, a couple of the basics with Java, doing, how to do hello world and so on and so forth. But let's get down to it, guys. Java's, a language that's been used quite a lot throughout so many companies, so many projects. So I think it's good for anyone out there to be able to learn it. So let's go ahead and take our next step. So today we're going to look at how variables, data types, and operators come into play. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead here, right click, and then we go into new, and then create a new Java class. Let's go ahead and give this a name. So variables and operators. Well, let's just change that, and operators. Fantastic. And you can go ahead and click on enter, and as you can see, we've got our public class created. So now what we'll do is we'll go ahead and add in our main method. So if you've forgotten, let's go through it together. So public static. Here we go. We're getting the autocomplete. So let's go ahead and tab, and we've got our main method. So don't forget that. And we're going to get started with something very, very basic, right? Let's create our very first property here. So we'll go ahead and go int, and then we'll create age, and is equal to 30. And make sure that you include your semicolon. We'll ignore what the suggestions we're getting, because obviously they're ridiculous. So basically what we've done here, right, is we've created a variable called age. And the word int here tells Java that this variable will store integer values or whole numbers, basically. So age here is the name that we've given to this variable, and 30 is the value that we've assigned to it, as you can see here. So now that we've got that, we can go ahead and create another variable, but this time we're going to do it of type string. So same way, all you need to do is say string, right? And then we'll add in name. So again, correctly, you can name your variables whatever you like. I'm going to go ahead and give it that. And here we're going to use the double quotes, and then we're going to add in a name. So let's go ahead and give it ls for now, and make sure that you include your semicolon. One of the important things that you guys need to understand is your variable is essentially like a container that holds data, and you can sort of give it a particular type, so you can tell, specifically with Java, right? You have to say that this is the type of data that I'll be putting inside of this variable, right, for you to hold. So like we've done here for age, we've given it an integer, so of course we've given it, numbers, if you will. And of course here we've given a string here for the name, which again later on in the series we'll look at how you can use that to put into a DB as well, make it a little bit more usable. One of the important things is, we've looked at integer now, but let's have a look at a double. So what is a double, and what can you use it for? Right, so let's go ahead and give double, and here we won't go for salary, but we'll go for price. And then yeah, you know what, we'll go ahead and give it that value of 5.99. So what you can see here for a double, what's different from our integer is that we've given it some decimal numbers here, right? So we've got 5.99 that we've assigned here. So essentially, for a double, you can go ahead and store decimal numbers. That's the most important thing that you need to understand for now. So now what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to showcase a different data type now, which is Boolean. Again, you might have seen this before, true, false, for a lot of things. So we'll go ahead and create one. So if we want to check if someone's an adult, for example, and we want to save that to a value, we'll go ahead and put true, because I am. What you like to think anyway. So yeah, basically the values that a Boolean can have is either true or it's false. And here what we've done to the isAdult variable is that we've assigned it a value of true. And they're very, very good at representing conditions, right? So later on, when we want to check to see if like someone's eligible to do something, right? We might then use a boolean to check whether that value is true or false, and then based on that, we can do something, right? And so that's when your application or your program will become not complex, but you can use it for so many different things. And again, we'll showcase that a little bit later on. Okay, so I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, great, you know what, mate? We've got this, right? So we've created these variables. What can we do with these variables? So let's start with something basic. Let's print it out to the console so that you can see what those variables are, right? So if you want to do that, you go ahead and go system dot out dot print ln, right? Print line. So what we'll do here, just like the example showing us, we'll go ahead and put the age here, put a colon, and then if we want to show like a particular variable, we can call that variable by using the plus sign to concatenate, and then add that variable name. So we can go ahead, I'm using IntelliJ here, I'm going to go ahead and click on this run button, and I'm going to go ahead and click on run variables and operators main. Give it a couple of seconds to run, and then hopefully here in the console we'll have age colon 30. So now we can see what that variable is. Okay, so I've updated some of the code as well, just so you can see a couple of extra details that you can print out to the console, right? So I've added that in, and again, I'll provide a GitHub link so you can all sort of take that code directly from there. But let's have a look at some of the operators, right? So Java will provide us with a few operators. First one that we're going to look at is the plus operator that we got available here. So what we can do is we can create a new variable here called sum, and we can go ahead and with the age variable that we created earlier, we can go ahead and add 10, and then we can print out what that age is. One other operator that we've got available as well is the minus operator, just like you would do in maths. We're going to go ahead and do that to our price. We can also use the times operator here, or the star if you will, and this is for used to multiply. So you can multiply, here we're going to multiply the age by 2, and then also we have the division operator as well, that you can go ahead and divide by a particular number. So again here, we can go ahead and divide the price by 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to scroll up, and I'm going to go ahead and hit this run button, and play. And if you look down here, right, we have all of the results there. So you can go ahead and use these operators to then manipulate particular data within your application. You can see that something so simple is so powerful as well. If you need to calculate a price of something, or even if you're playing a game, if you want to calculate what number someone's on, for example, like blackjack. I've done that myself, so you might want to use this to create that kind of application. So see what you can do, start practicing with variables and operators, and see what you can build, even a basic calculator, right? See if you can build that, and then take it from there. But yeah, thanks for coming for episode 2, and we'll be back again for episode 3.